Hello everyone, I am Alaa and welcome back to my videos. Today we're diving into a very important grammar lesson, which is stative verbs. It's a special type of verbs, but don't worry, by the end of this video you'll master them easily. So let's start our lesson. In English we have two types of verbs, stative verbs and active verbs. So what's the difference? Stative verbs are used to describe the condition of the subject, while the active verbs describes what the subject does. The stative verbs express a state rather than an action, so we usually don't use it with continuous tenses. So we say, I know the answer, but we don't say, I'm knowing the answer, as know is a stative verb. We also say, she loves chocolate, but we don't say, she's loving chocolate. See that? Stative verbs are related to thoughts and opinions, senses, feelings and emotions, possessions, and verbs that aren't actions. We'll talk on each one. First, thoughts and opinions. They're the verbs like agree, disagree, know, understand, believe, doubt, forget, imagine, realize, suppose. All these are stative verbs and that are about thoughts and opinions. They're all mental verbs by mind. You just say, you don't do anything. Like, I believe in you here. The other part is about senses. We know we have 5 senses. See with our eyes, hear with our ears, smell with our nose, touch with our fingers, and taste with our tongue. For example, the flower smells amazing. Third type is about feelings and emotions, like need, like, love, dislike, adore, wish, prefer, imagine. And as an example, she likes music. Another one is about possessions. They're the verbs like belong, own, possess, have. And an example, this car belongs to me. The last one is the verbs that aren't actions, like depend, deserve, promise, owe, seem, fit, weigh, measure. And an example of them, this bag weighs 2 kilos. All these verbs are stative verbs that we usually don't use in continuous tenses. These aren't all the stative verbs, they are the most common stative verbs that we use in our daily life. But there are some exceptions that we sometimes use these verbs in continuous tenses. Let's look at it. We can say that the verb is stative or active according to its meaning. So a verb like have, if it's mean possess or own, it's a state, it's not an action. So in this case, we don't use it in continuous tense. So we say, I have a red car. We can replace have here by own and possess, and it's a state, not an action. But if the verb have means eat or host, like here he's having lunch with his friends, or we're having a party tonight, here it's an active verb. This is an action that the subject did, but it's not a state. This is how we can the same verb be in a stative sentence and in an active sentence. Another verb is the verb think. If it's mean to have an opinion, so it's a stative verb. Like, I think the book is exciting. It's an opinion. I didn't do anything. But here, if the verb think means consider, like, I'm thinking about what to cook for lunch, here it's an active verb. It's not a state. sometimes these rules are completely broken by native speakers. Let's see how. You can hear native speakers saying, "I'm loving this song," or "I'm wanting any help." These two sentences are completely wrong, but you can use them in informal conversations with friends and so on. But in exams or formal conversations, you can't use them as they are completely wrong. And that's it. This is all I need to know about stative verbs. I hope you understand this lesson perfectly. Thank you for watching and goodbye. See you later.